Okay. Greetings to everyone after the short break and the very good news that we have water now. So I suppose everybody is relaxed and happy. Close to the microphone. Okay. Do you hear me now? Okay. I suppose everyone is happy and relaxed now, and we are all ready to turn to the so important pillar 3 of the barometer, this is about the crucial role of human capital in shaping the establishment and the growth of the social enterprises. In my opinion, this is one of the most important pillars because, as you know, the human capital is the heart of every enterprise and mostly the heart of the social enterprises because if in regular enterprise you need people that are focused on the business, in the social enterprise you need them to be familiar both with the business and the social part. So they are often both businessmen and social workers, which in my opinion is very hard, and an additional special training is needed in order to be achieved this. I am here with our guests today and our speakers, Professor Dr. Stoyan Debarliev, Ilona Olehova and Dunja Ristonovic. I'm sorry if I little mispronounce the names. They will speak about their institutions, their expertise, and their personal example in shaping, training, finding, and keeping maybe the human resources in their enterprises and educational institutions. So now I would like to give the word to Stoyan Debarliev. Okay.
Can you hear me? It's okay? Okay. I'm Stoyan Debarliev, professor at the Faculty of Economics at St. Cyril and Methodius University in Skopje. I teach business planning and entrepreneurship, and I'm very proud of introducing a new course 2 years ago. The name of the course is Sustainable Entrepreneurship, and I believe it is the first of this type, of this kind, in the field of social and sustainability entrepreneurship in the country. We introduced this course at the second cycle of studies on postgraduate studies in our faculty. To understand how human capital can drive, can shape capacity building of social enterprises, and to address the role of education, both formal and informal, because they are complementary in their effort for capacity building. We should start from the profile of social businesses, social enterprises in our country, in North Macedonia in this case, and their human capital needs. Very interesting study has been conducted recently. It was conducted by ARNO. It's a civil organization for social entrepreneurship and National Youth Council. So the aim of this study was to prepare a register of all social businesses in the country and to illustrate the state of social entrepreneurship in the country. According to this register, there are in total 57 social businesses, social enterprises in our country, mostly operating in the Skopje region. They offer very different kind of products and services. Mainly they are focused, or they operate in organic food, in eco products, then they are active in waste management, youth education, inclusive tourism, and social services for marginalized group of citizens. About the economic activity of this sector, about half of all social businesses, they earn less than 5,000 euros annually. In total, they hire 270 employees. Mostly they are youth, women, and marginalized group of citizens. 70% of these social businesses are micro businesses. They hire from 1 to 10, and most of them hire 2 to 3 employees in their operations. This shows that socioeconomic impact is very low of social enterprises still in North Macedonia, and this sector is still underdeveloped. Regarding the legal entity, most of the social businesses are civil society organizations. They work as spin-offs, either as a spin-offs or within the organizational structure of the civil society organizations. Under the law for civil society organization, 37% are micro companies, and they are actually registered under the company law, so they are limited liabilities companies. And only 3% are cooperatives. And the key question about this landscape, this register of social companies, social enterprises actually in the country, is that their skills don't meet their business needs. Most of these social companies, enterprises, they have characteristic and behavior more like civil society organization, non-profit organization, rather than business entities. They have strong capabilities in some fields like project management, writing applications, resources, but they lack capabilities in business development. This study shows that they lack many important business skills and capabilities, such as financial management, marketing, especially digital marketing skills, pricing, negotiation, what else, promotion, sales, and so on and so on. They prefer mentorship from social entrepreneurs rather than traditional entrepreneurs, and also they want to be trained from businessmen, social entrepreneurs that have real practical experience. They are also, they don't have expertise in the field of business planning, and especially writing business plans, business model canvas, and so on. So they relying on external expertise, relying on depending on donor support, and they attend from time to time some workshops, trainings, and so on, but inconsistency in training and the creativity of these training programs are something that they are not satisfied with. About the role of non-formal education, recently in capacity building, and especially in building human capital, recently government institutions, civil society organizations, advisory centers, social hubs, they have started offering many different trainings, programs, seminars to advance the capabilities of social enterprises the people, employees in social enterprises to establish and to run successfully, effectively their businesses. These advisory programs, mentorships are mainly in the fields of creating business idea, running business, managing successfully business, financial management, marketing, and so on and so on. About the role of formal education, actually the sector where I come from, social entrepreneurship is integrated in entrepreneurship and business courses in the country, in higher and in secondary and higher education, but no specific social entrepreneurship courses exist in these programs, except the course that I mentioned at the beginning. It is very important to familiarize our children from the very early stage of elementary education with the topic of social entrepreneurship, to raise their awareness of this topic and to actually build their entrepreneurial mind for solving societal and environmental problems. Then they can advance and excel their skills in higher educational cycles, so they can start and run social businesses. I will stop here for the beginning, and then we will discuss about our UNO Social Center and other topics that it's part of today's discussion.
Okay, so you want to use the part about
Yes, after the introductory part of all of us, or you are moderator, how you will say?
Yeah, it's just fine for us.
Okay.
Is there any questions from the public at this stage? No. There is a question over here.
Programs and mentorships, because I didn't get it well from you.
About the mentorship?
Yeah.
Mentorship?
Who offers that? Is it NGOs offer? Or
NGOs,
private
mostly
offer?
NGOs offer these types of training for social entrepreneurs. Very active in this field are Arno with their incubator for social enterprises and with their program for green businesses. Public, they are very active. Then Upshift, who else? Also government bodies, organization for support entrepreneurship in the country. They had some trainings in this field, and Fund for Innovation. They have one call for financing businesses with social impact. It was specialized call for this type of businesses.
What kind of fund? European fund?
No, it's a national state fund. Yes.
This innovation.
Yes, for innovation, but social innovation. Yes.
Okay, there is one more question over there. Yeah.
You have regarding the existing social enterprises, do you have any data how many of them are financing themselves purely from economic activities, and how many of them have other non-economic sources of income like grants, charities, membership fees, etc.?
Yes, they are mainly dependent from external donors. They work within structure of civil society organizations, and when they have some donator program, some grant, they operate successfully. But when this grant or project finishes, they have problem with their financial sustainability. So that is the real problem of they don't act as a business companies, market oriented with financial self-sustainability, and that is the main problem of these companies in our country. So sorry, they have characteristics and behavior I already mentioned, more like NGOs rather than business companies.
Okay, and there's one more question over there.
My question is related to
Previous one. So, what definition do you use for social enterprises then? Like, what do you follow in order to kind of define what is social enterprise?
I was part of a working team for developing a strategy for social entrepreneurship in the country, and I stand for a very wide definition for social entrepreneurship. I think that social enterprises, they address all sustainable development problems globally, the most urgent problems. They can be in many different areas, such as environmental protection or education or healthcare or building technologies for smart city and so on and so on. So we don't have to limit their operation, their services, their range of activities only on working with marginalized groups, with people that have who are in need, that they need some social services. I think that they should be understanding the most broadest context as it is possible, because young people, if we want to attract young people to get involved in social entrepreneurship, in sustainable, I prefer to say sustainability entrepreneurship, we should give them as much as possible fields with many different problems, and give them opportunity to solve with product, with service, with their business, social business idea.
Okay, in case there are no more questions, I would like us to return to the topic of human capital and the importance of building human capital. Would you like to tell us more about the Yunus Social Business Center that you're part of, and specifically how academic institutions and initiatives like yours can build human capital specifically tailored for the needs of the social enterprises?
Yes. We established Yunus Social Business Center 3 years ago at the Faculty of Economics. It's actually social innovation hub based on the principles of Professor Mohamed Yunus and principles of sustainable development. This center is part of a network of Yunus Social Business Centers that operate in over 100 universities globally. Only 2 Yunus Social Business Centers of this kind operates in the whole Balkan, from Slovenia to Greece. So we are very proud of this social business center. The center provides lectures, provides very different programs, workshops, advisory programs, We support students in developing and implementing their business ideas. And recently, we have been very proud of organizing hackathons, social business hackathons, in which we support social businesses in the country. I will give you a couple of several examples of companies, social businesses that we have supported so far. The first hackathon that we organized was focused on creating marketing strategy for for social business Reto. Reto is a social enterprise that sell repaired, second-hand and unique furniture, hiring people from their Reto rehabilitation center for drug addiction. So they give them a second chance to work in their capacities to repair and to prepare the furniture to sell in the market. So we help them to create a visual solution. Students actually, but students created the social media profiles. Also, they created online store for their activities. So we give them a complete marketing set tool to become more visible and to increase their performance, their sales. Also, we helped a pizzeria restaurant in Bitola. It's a restaurant run by two deaf people. So we also created marketing strategy for them. Then students at the same hackathon, it was second by row hackathon, supported organization for people with cerebral paralysis and other disabilities in Veles. And they produce organic cosmetic and care products. So the students made beautiful packaging. They created also some other marketing tools to increase their visibility. So we were very proud also of this project. Also, we supported in Vivo. They produce biohumus, and they are spin-off actually a social business coming from civil society organization. Again, we prepared everything what they needed to increase their sales. Students worked on widen their sales channels, not just they used till that moment, but to use more channels, not only online channels, but to use, I don't know, like many different markets that are specialized for agriculture. AgroDigit is a social business that tries to digitalize agro-business, offering mobile application to students, to farmers, with many different services, and connect them with the buyers. So again, we help them with their marketing efforts. And I will give only one example. In this moment, we are working with Half Bank in Macedonia. So the students will be working on creating banking products for financial support of social businesses. There are no these types of credit loans and overall financial support. So they will be introduced with the needs and challenges of social businesses in the country. They will be introduced with the process of creating banking products for small and medium enterprises, SMEs, and actually matching offer and demand. They will have assignment to fit both to fit both sides. So hopefully that they will create product that how bank will introduce in their portfolio of products, and they will offer to the social businesses.
One is really impressive. Yeah, this is definitely something that the social enterprise need. And do you have information how many of your students continue with social enterprise after they graduate?
There are, this is a question of the whole ecosystem, how the whole ecosystem support students. We have a couple of challenges in higher education. We are Faculty of Economics, business schools, so we emphasize profit maximization, and social entrepreneurs, they focuses on social impact, and it's very hard for business professors to teach students how to balance these two approaches. Also, there is one more very important challenge in this context. Professors lack experience in education and in entrepreneurship and in business, specifically in social entrepreneurship. So we have experience in business, in traditional entrepreneurship, but we lack this kind of experience to teach students. So some interdisciplinary studies would be more useful for students to understand the specific nature of social enterprises. Also, it is very interesting that business schools they lack partnership with NGOs, with social enterprises, so that limit opportunities for business school to offer internship for students in social enterprises, community engagement, to implement some project that solve some social problems and so on. And to directly answer to your question, business students are more attracted, they prefer to work in corporate sector because it's it has higher salaries, it's well-paid sector compared to the social enterprises, and this is one of the problems. And finally, we lack financial support, direct financial support, funds that are specialized for social businesses, to encourage students after their graduation to implement their ideas, to develop their ideas, and then to encourage to start and run their own social business.
You mentioned several times that you emphasize on sustainability of the social enterprises. In your opinion, these are the main difficulties and the point where the formal education breaks the connection with the social enterprises. And that's where you are trying to work from now on in your institution.
Once again, the point, I missed the point.
Because you mentioned several times that it's important for you, for the social enterprises, to be sustainable.
Yes.
And in order to be sustainable, you are trying to help by building the human capital for it. And you just listed the great difficulties that you meet from the point that you say that the students you work with are trained to be, but then they do not go to the social enterprises due to the reasons that you already laid out.
Yes, yes. That's why we created the UNO Social Business Center, because I have been working on my course business planning and entrepreneurship for over 10 years on social business ideas. So the students have created, I can say, more than 1,000 viable social business ideas, but they weren't able to implement them, to develop and to push them in the next stages. Like so, usually we complete the stage of ideation, but the next stage is acceleration. Before that is incubation, to develop, to actually to polish and to upgrade and update that business ideas to fit to them, but to market and all other things. And the final stage is acceleration. So we are very now. I can say that we are doing good in ideation stage, and in second stage where we connect students with mentors, social entrepreneurs, other types of experienced entrepreneurs, with expert in accounting, with expert in legal issues and so on. And now we are trying to connect with accelerators and with funds to provide financial support. It is the last stage of and the most important stage to support social businesses. And when we manage to integrate all these three stages into one system, I think that we can say that we make it our mission.
Question for me, and then I will give the word to the public, because you mentioned that you and your students work on actual cases. How can a social enterprise become part of your educational program and be a real case? For example, in the morning there was one participant that said that he desperately needed a better marketing plan and a logo in order to expand his business.
We are very open to all social businesses, to cooperate with them, to organize hackathons with students. Students are eager to work on these types of activities. And these hackathons for supporting social businesses were co-organized with the National Center for Social Enterprises, for support to social enterprises in the country. So they selected, recruited businesses that are, I don't know, not eligible, but they think that they have good product, they have good structure, but they are not visible in the market. So they need they need help, assistance to just to update everything that they have done so far.
Thank you. Any questions from the public? No. Okay. Very much.
Thank you.
In this case, I would like to give the word to Ilona Olehova. Please, the stage is yours. Can you briefly present yourself and your expertise in the field of social entrepreneurship?
Yeah. So hello to all once more from me. And there is So hello to all from us, from me. I hope that you are still not very tired and you can keep the attention for a little bit more. And if I should introduce myself in the context of social entrepreneurship, very often when I do the job which I do, it means that I deliver workshops, training, online courses, but I also developing games, board games, online games, and I'm also working like a consultant, especially for young people, which needs to develop, for example, business plans, and they want to apply for some European programs like is European Program for Young Entrepreneurs, which by the way is open for everyone, there is no age limit. And I'm working with them on the business plans and the presentation. There is always the question why I speak about social entrepreneurship and if I never ever been part of social entrepreneurship, if there is some validation of my experience. So let me start that the first time when I did something in the social entrepreneurship, it was 2012. And it was the first training which we delivered for a group of young people to become social entrepreneurs. From this training, there was 5 ideas, which after passed this nice phases of like making them even better and developing the business plan. For 5 ideas, we managed to launch 3, and after I became part of one of these 3. Or social entrepreneurs fail. So yeah, the social entrepreneurship which fail for many different reasons. Another failed during the COVID, which after like also stress for us, me and the people which work together, the importance to also talk about the necessity of social entrepreneurs to, for example, be able to quickly react on the changes in the market, on the situation, or like the change in the revenue and your business model. And one survived until now, from 2012. And also think this, and linking it to the human capital, what I learned is that through all these stages, it's really changing what the people, like the entrepreneurs, need from the point of the, for example, competencies or support. Like it's very different what they need at the beginning, when they need maybe so much encouragement and push that the idea is great. After, when they tailor the business plan, think about the risk assessments, the financial planning, they try to find maybe even like some different support mechanism from finance. And after the stage, after 3-4 years, when mostly you maybe are on the edge of burnout, many times you are questioning your impact, which you don't know how to measure, which also shows to be a very big challenge, how to really measure, like what to measure. Like if we speak, for example, about the beekeeping, about the social cafe, like what aspects we all can measure. And also how to deal with additional challenges of running it long term, even in 10 years. If we speak about business, which you maybe sometimes also want to leave and go for holidays. Because we also realize that it's very challenging, like emotionally and psychologically, because people mostly are very connected. So that's just a short introduction, and maybe from the short introduction, I want to point out that still, until this more than 10 years, I don't know what all the competencies we need to develop the human capital is very different. But I really learned the importance of the assessment of the people which should do social entrepreneurship, because I strongly believe that WOC needs something different than Dunja need. And we, which kind of want to give you the support, we really need to be able to read your needs, and also that your needs are changing in meanwhile. And sometimes you need like one thing, and other time after establishing the product and the revenue, you, for example, need the help with branding and marketing. That was one kind of conclusion which I took from my experience. And secondly, I want to speak, and I will link it to the speech of the professor, and introduce few practical examples of projects or enterprises which I cooperated with. And I will take it from the children, because I will now take it by ages, because it helps me to make my talk straight. So Professor mentioned that he thinks that it's very important to familiarize children with social enterprise. And I was part of one of this project. And how we did it, it's maybe the most simple case ever, and I believe that all of you saw these pictures on social media when you sell the lemonade. You say this is not innovative. No, it's not innovative approach. But the fact that the children needed to make something and sell it is the most easy thing how we concluded that they can learn about the business, and of course after we also opened the aspect of the social business. And it was a great exercise how they needed to agree on the pricing, how they needed to communicate why their lemonade is the best with the public. And the speeches were really good because we also worked with them on the delivery and on the presentation. And of course, after we talked with them about like how, for example, they would divide the profit or what they think would they include in the business from their communities. And there are other this example. And I'm mentioning the children, and also I will continue with young people. I worked with many different settings. From Great Britain, I also had the opportunity to work a little bit in Mexico and after in Europe. And what I see when we speak about social entrepreneurship is also this challenge of kind of, I would call it culture and acceptance of risk. For example, in many countries, I think more in the USA and even in Mexico, even young people are able to take the risk because maybe they are encouraged from home. When I take it in the Western Balkan perspective, and already somebody today mentioned, maybe it was Biljana, parents want that the young people go after to state administration, they have the safe position. I think in Czech Republic is also very similar. And I think from introducing the social business aspects from very early age, we also kind of encourage them to think that the risk is good. Maybe you fail, but the risk is good. Because I think that especially in our cultures, it's still not very common to say, I want to be businessman. And there is even sometimes negative connotation to it. For example, we had now I will continue with young people. We work with young people, and when we ask them, do you want to be social entrepreneurs? Say no, because they will think that I steal. So there was kind of, in the community, was this assumption that firstly you are a businessman, so you will steal. And after that is like some pity project because of the social. And we already today talk about the social. That also brings me to the other activities which try to do is to raise awareness what the social entrepreneurship mean. And that it's not about like having bad connotation, but it's really about addressing important issues and finding the way. And also with young people, what often we do is that we provide this tailored support, especially for young people coming from vulnerable groups. Because there is this assumption that social entrepreneurship can be the way how they can find a job or like create a job for themselves. But what I realized through these 10 years is not so easy, because if you already come from some vulnerable group, you don't have maybe even the self-esteem. You don't feel that you can own it, that you can present your idea. So what we also do sometimes is that maybe now you think that it's too far, but we take this group of young people even for hiking. We, for example, hike the mountains. We give them task to firstly work on their self-esteem, that they think that they can do something, and after they turn it to the business, they think about the idea. That's young people. If we a little bit grew up, I also had the opportunity to work with adults which wanted to make social entrepreneurship, and here I will also a little bit link it. What I, for example, do, I already mentioned, I support people in the creating of business plan when they want to apply for this program Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs, which give you this opportunity to go for several months to other country and be part of the business. So far, maybe I cooperated with 10, 12 people. Honestly, more than half, after spending few times in their field of future business, they say they don't want to do it. And I think it was a great realization. And some of them after continuing something different. For example, one guy had this great idea that he want to make some kind of co-working space, but there would be this social business element by including the people with disabilities who would be working in the co-working. He wanted to also run it part of like a coffee place. So he went to Berlin, and what happened, he was from Skopje, he never came back to Skopje. So there is no co-working social business in Skopje, but he continue now, but in having another business in Berlin also with, let's say, social aspects. So I think that's also great. And I always, let's say, encourage people to also try it, because there are other programs which really give you the opportunity to try it out, to have this testing phase. And now also when we speak about adults, what I also realize how big power the kind of culture has, and I want to stress it also here. And it was about the first talk today when Maria or Maya, I'm now really sorry, I don't remember exactly her name, was saying that for her, like a woman in rural area is really hard. There are also stereotypes. And we also do kind of like workshops or even non-formal meeting with women or young females. When we talk about it, like, do you want to maybe make business, which business you would do? Because also, like, maybe it's 2024, but I still believe that there is a lot of stereotyping, especially in the Western Balkan countries, but also in the Czech Republic, when you say that you are a female and you want to run successful business, like a social business even. And we try to also encourage them and break the stereotypes about it. Regarding this, I also recommend, there is one very good Kosovo movie, it's called like Hive, and it's connected to the story of beekeeping with strong woman which tries to develop her business by selling the ivar and other agriculture product. So I think the movie really represents sometimes the struggles about it. And that also, to continue with 2 more examples, and after I will pass it to the real social entrepreneur here, Dunja. Last but least, we also work with the parents. And recently I was kind of having online roundtable, and my task was to explain parents like why maybe in the future one of the careers of the child can be having business and social business. Believe me or not, the parents were very suspicious what I'm talking about, because there was no certainty in the future of the child. Because when we ask them at the beginning, what do you want that your child will be, what do you think that they say? What do you want that your future children will be? I believe that you want the social entrepreneurs.
Director in bank.
Director, yes, that was a long director. It was always very important that it was the director of something. Bank was good. A lot of there was like an IT, yeah. After we had like, it's not very important, but it's important that it's stable. Like, yeah, so I imagine a lot of doctors, yeah, lawyers, yes. It was also like a lawyer, doctor, and I was like, this is an ambitious group. And after we turned the question, so why you don't feel this like social entrepreneurship? And we introduced some example, but you know, it's risky. I really don't know. Wow, that's mean this. So we work with them. And when we speak about the human capital, I think it's also very important to work on these aspects with very different target groups to open also the understanding that it can work. Maybe it will not, but the child will try or the adult will try and will see. He will not regret or she will not regret that she didn't try. And in this way, when we do these different events, we work on the understanding and the competencies. I think at the end it works in many different directions. Firstly, the people still get some competencies. And it doesn't matter if in the future everyone will be a social entrepreneur, but they know how to make a business plan, they know how to work with finance, communicate, they have leadership skills, which you can apply anywhere. So nothing is wasted, I think. Second, if we already kind of train people through different methods about social entrepreneurship, I do believe that after even here, everyone from you is more aware which product you would like to buy. If you will buy something with maybe a little bit more pricey, but what is the added value or not, and you are more familiar with it. And yeah, that would be my conclusion for now, and a little bit of experience.
Thank you very much. You don't know how much wisdom I found in your words. And this was the second time I was hearing someone say this, because recently I was speaking with an American PhD student who was making a PhD thesis about transitioning economy. And he said about my own country, Bulgaria, that in the US, families are entrepreneurs. There is a serial entrepreneurship movement within the family, and they don't have this problem with human capital because their children are born ready to be entrepreneurs. And in the transitioning economies in Balkan countries, and in particular in Bulgaria, this is a huge problem. So yeah, what you said is very much true. Do you have any questions about our speaker? Yes?
What is your opinion about the new trends in developing artificial intelligence, robotics, etc., as a way of substituting the human capital? Are those positive, negative, neutral, etc.?
I maybe ask for easy question. I don't know, that's the honest answer. I cooperate, for example, with a group which is called Women in Tech. It's like this worldwide movement, like women, like female, which really goes for AI. I think that what is important is that we follow the trend, we experience it definitely. Like also I am now experimenting how to use all this AI when I develop this learning material, curriculums, because I think that we should be aware of it. And definitely like as social entrepreneurs, it's I think also needed to maybe think how we can develop your competencies to, for example, use it in drafting some text, how to really include it. If we go to even higher level, honestly, I don't know what the future will bring. I just think that it's very important to follow the trends or be close to the trends and be part of the discussion. But what will, how, I still didn't really honestly comprehend it by myself. Like for me, the change and the talks around it, it's really huge and quick, like honest answer.
I want to tell that we are very familiar in our business. We know how to doing our business with our hands, maybe with our assets, but we are not so familiar in the accounting. We have many challenges in marketing, in administrative problems. We don't know how to do this. Our companies are very small. They are not in ability to pay for that. And we do everything. One man show, stand up, actors, but it's not working good. And maybe some umbrella association, maybe some association which is be able to provide these challenges to make for us some projects, applications, and everything about these challenges. Thank you.
Just shortly comment on it. I really feel that you're like the challenge which you have, I think it's in very often in other countries as well. But I think it's now idea for the ones which are creating this supportive ecosystem, especially in North Macedonia, is to find a way how to link these different stakeholders, like universities, but also bank, but even a private companies to kind of give you maybe the know-how what you need. And I will just mention two practical examples, for example, which I know, and they work, for example, in the Czech Republic. So in Czech Republic, there is, especially there was analyzed this need, that the people which run small businesses, they cannot be expert in everything. You don't have the capacity. You cannot now follow social marketing trends and be ready to post reels and communicate in social media. You cannot follow maybe the new financial law. At the same time, you need to create your product and you need to deliver it. You need to solve the people and, I don't know, many technical things. So in Czech Republic, they have this program which is open and it's supported by a mobile operator. And how it works, they analyze that there are like very highly skilled people, even director of the banks, which in some moment in their professional life experience kind of burnout. You don't know what to do. So they offer these highly skilled people, which can be even from NGO sectors, that for 1 year, they would be working with your organization. So you get these highly skilled people. And what this foundation do is that they match the competencies and they say that for 1 year, we will just give you all the salary. So for example, until now you were receiving this salary, so we will give you the same salary, but for 1 year, you kind of go work in this social enterprise. And the people are taking it, and interestingly, when I was last time checking, there is even more people which want to apply, because this is all people which really reach some moment in their career when they don't know where to go more. And for them, working with someone like in other stage is very exciting. It's like this new excitement, and it's the way how they kind of find a new energy, and some of them after even leave their previous jobs and they even find a business. So that was just one more example when I think it's needed when we speak about, for example, North Macedonia. What I see that it's really missing is different kind of linking between the different providers, that there is like, you have this need and somebody else can provide it. Other, for example, what I know like an example is that many times when there are like universities, they offer like students internships in small enterprises and they are bringing part of the expertise. For example, this is the last year students which have really already some knowledge of finance, administration. They want to, let's say, try it for real. And they are coming to these small enterprises to, like, let's say, work with you because for them it's this really big value of the working market. So yeah, I think that this is also the question, and also I think the push, how we can support more this networking and see what we can offer each other and what we need in this way. That would be comment from.
As I mentioned before, the ecosystem is very fragmented, is disintegrated especially in Macedonia. It's not a ecosystem is a wider concept of institutional support. Institutional support is provided by the government, but ecosystem includes many other stakeholders like universities, NGOs, financial institutions for other non-formal centers for education. The main problem is that all these activities are, as I said, not integrated. So we need one central information system that will provide information for all businesses, social businesses, about financial, technical support, other types of advisory programs, mentorship, and so on and so on. So we still have underdeveloped ecosystem, and we all should work on building and upgrading this ecosystem in order to find out on time for any kind of possibility that can help your business.
Like also one very simple thing, like one, because sometimes I think we maybe speak too general. Like what can be also done and works, at least on the some basic. I know that in some cities or even in countries, do like a social, just to create, for example, Facebook group, or here would be Viber group or WhatsApp group, when you ask the questions which you need. Because sometimes, especially the small entrepreneurs, even don't know that there are like some hubs, that there are some, I don't know, centers. So even in context of like Macedonia, I would say that it would work like a bit like in the Czech Republic, that you create like one group where you at least advise each other on what did you hear, what is the new law, how did you solve this challenge. Like this basic at least know-how sharing inside of the community. That's like at least useful, that sometimes when people hear about some program that's happening, that they at least, you know, did you hear about this change? I don't know, there is something happening. Because what also I experienced that sometimes really people lack this information because they don't have a time to follow it. It's like, it's really impossible. So maybe the first simple step would be that even here, or even with anyone who you know, you create like one group. It doesn't need to be facilitated anything, just very simple. When you ask a question like this, and there is the power that other people maybe know, maybe they went to same or they were in this event, so they can recommend you something else, like to, and this is just very basic, you know, start. Because what we experience in Czech Republic when we map the social enterprises, there is also very limiting networking between themselves. Like, thought.
I will have a question for Ilona, please. You mentioned that there is a big difference between the Western countries and the countries in the Balkan, especially Macedonia, in terms of the entrepreneurial spirit of the people. especially in social enterprises, when Professor Debarliev said that we have 57 enterprises, which is kind of really, we feel down about it. I don't like this number. So how do you think that we should go forward about this? How do we encourage people to go about this thing? How to increase this number, like maybe tenfold?
I think you, like a bank, you can take these inspiring stories and really sell the stories. But I'm serious. I find it very hard to be social entrepreneur in a country. And I also use the example of Czech Republic, went through the transition. And for example, my parents also had a business, it crashed. And honestly, I for a very long time questioned my ability to take a risk in business because it's not very common. So I think it's about creating this spirit that it's possible and it's doable, that we have these cases when it really worked and kind of showcase them in a nice, let's say, event storytelling. And also to find through cooperating with other institutions like civil society, universities, maybe it is points when it's good to interfere, to see what is a lot on the market. For example, I really believe with the professor, I totally agree that there is now a lot of support in this phase when the ideas should come up. There are these hackathons for students, bring the ideas, present the ideas. There is this social impact award in Macedonia. But even from this talk here, but from my previous experience, I think it would be really nice if you think some way how you support this enterprises, social one, which for example runs for 3-4 years and they are in some stage, maybe when they don't know how to address some challenge and they need this additional boost of, I don't know, pricing or how to grow, because it's not easy to grow. You need to grow the product. After that means you need to grow the team. You don't have the people. So to focus on this and also support, maybe this already existing, that they don't disappear and they are more sustainable, because I believe that if more of them survives, they are this driving example that it's possible. So I would see it to find some ways of support, tailored support, and to maybe choose specific groups which you can support based on some cooperation. And definitely, I think it's important to change the culture, which is job for years, that it's fine to also have a business and maybe fail, of course, because it's part of, it can work again, but that's very difficult. So I would see in this way, that to really offer tailored support to different groups.
What I have learned recently is that everything is, the power is in money, in financial resources. When the Fund for Technology and Innovation Fund was established 5 years ago, they have supported over 1,200 companies, startups, not social startups. And they spent about 120 million euros. With so much money, you can boost the whole community. Startup community was boosted. Has been boosted the whole startup community. If this fund announced at least one call for social businesses with the same amount of financial resources, I believe that we can have in 3 to 4 years more than 1,000 social businesses. So we need money. We have ideas, we have capabilities, we have entrepreneurial mindset, especially among young people. We need money.
Last word, because I think Dunja also should get a space like an entrepreneur. What I see also in kind of, in Czech Republic, we have this case when me like an individual, I can kind of invest in social enterprises and other businesses. And I think this is also a little bit missing. I don't know if, honestly, in North Macedonia, Western Balkan, there is a banks which kind of creates this portfolio when like I, like an individual, can go now online to my online banking and I can decide that, okay, to next 5 years, I want to invest to these people. I read their stories and I can do that. So I think it's, when we speak about the money, it would be also good to start to think about this kind of instruments when also opens for individuals possibility to invest. And it really works. I also invest into 3 people, like for different reasons. And it's also like this other like financial mechanism, just to complete this.
I very appreciate what you are doing in your work with Yunus Center and with its students, everything, but I don't agree regarding this, that the power is in the money. I have 2 examples, and I'm working, I don't know, 15 years on this topic. One of the examples is we invested very much in one girl with knowledge, skills. We were spending European Commission money in different projects. She was in different job shadowings, different types of, I don't know, trainings, etc. The girl received all capacities, like young lady in Kruševo, to start her idea. Then there is open fund from the state about starting different types of businesses in local communities. She used this budget and she established social enterprise. And after 6 months, she finished her idea with social enterprise. And it's not about the money, the case with her. Firstly. Secondly, we were researching for the social enterprises ecosystem. Why I'm saying this? Because when we were organizing the pillars in our methodology for assessing the ecosystem, the first pillar was funding. And I was insisting a long time to be the first pillar, funding and financial resources. After long discussion with Biljana Dukovska, our researcher, and the team who was working, they said, no, this is wrong order. It's not, it should be the last in the pillars. Why I'm saying this? There was big project, and you are familiar with this project. They established one central system for support of social enterprises. I know the colleagues, I am familiarized with their work, I know their challenges in the work. It was million project, European Commission supported project. A part of this center, there were 8 regional centers for social enterprises. No one answered on our invitation to come on this conference with us. As I was write to you, I wrote to them. It's the same principle. And I called them and I said, why you are not interested for our work? They said to me that firstly they are struggling for future work of the central center for support system. And regarding the regional, and it was million project of European Commission. To sum up, I don't want to be long. Also with Dukovska, we concluded that there are money everywhere and a lot of dots are connected with the social enterprise. And again, we don't have social enterprise in our community, society, and we are losing the social enterprises, which is, I feel also responsibility regarding this because we are working, we are spending European money on this. My opinion is that, yes, funding and financial resources are very important. I'm still on this element. But also, community should be supportive, universities should be supportive, people, every part of the society. So we are working for the same goal, but we should talk about it.
We are reaching to the same point that the ecosystem is underdeveloped, is not connected, disintegrated, and we need ecosystem that will work in all its fields and will support social entrepreneurs from the idea to the final implementation. So financial support is also part of the ecosystem, and we can yes omit that fact.
Thank you very much for the questions and answers. It was a really good discussion up to now, and I think that it is time to include our third speaker, Dunja Ristanovic, from the Humanitarian Foundation Lvivovi Zlatara. Yeah, as Ilona said, the actual social entrepreneur here, so I'm giving you the words to tell us how you did it and how you managed.
Okay, hi to everyone. I'm glad to be here and to learn from all of you. My name is Dunja Ristanovic, and I'm graduate economist, currently attending the three-year NLP Academy. Within the organization, Lvivovi Zlatara, I am a leader and I work as a social mentor. Now I will briefly introduce our organization and our product. Lvivovi Zlatara is a very young organization. We work with people with developmental disabilities, and we have two main areas of our focus. First one is work engagement and employment of people with disabilities, and second one is raising ecological awareness among our beneficiaries, children, and all our community. Through our biogarden, we challenge prejudice and we prove that our beneficiaries want and can be productive members of society. Our product is one-day excursion to our biogarden, intended for children from 1st to 4th grade of elementary school in Zlatibor district. During the visit, children learn about biogardening, resource utilization and recycling through play and interaction with diverse individuals. Our product connect biogarden, our beneficiaries, mental protection, child well-being, and social entrepreneurship. We all face, as we mentioned a lot of time during these sessions, youth migrations to larger cities and to wealthier countries, which poses challenges, significant challenges, especially for small municipalities like our Nova Varoš. We have 14,000 people. Our municipality is same high like Kruševo, and it's mountainous and it's rural. Yes, we do. Yes, but we have a lot of issue with pollution also, unfortunately. Yeah, we do. And geographically is dispersed. And issue is also that average population age is higher than already high Serbian average. And that's why we lack young and skilled professionals. And additionally, we face the challenge of a closed and conservative community, making education on community issue essential. And all these challenges led us to the social entrepreneurship. The goal of our solidarity-based enterprise is to secure funds through the work engagement of functional beneficiaries, to support less functional ones, as well as to provide professional and psychological support for both groups and their families, of course. And we believe that the inclusion of both groups, functional and less functional, is the only true way for both groups to progress and to grow. That is our goal. And now I would like to explain actually how we are fighting on field. Actually, the greatest impact we achieved is through networking and other organizations and communities. We even started with cooperation. Our whole organization started because Dečje Srce called us to support them on one project. We started the organization like humanitarian to help poor children and etc. But in this cooperation, we actually figure out that these kind of people actually are in the biggest problem in our community, that they are completely marginalized and they are invisible, they are closed and locked in the houses. And that's why we started to work with them. Also, why biogardening? As I said, we tried to get support from our community, but they said no, thank you to them. That's why we decided to start biogardening, because I moved from the Belgrade to village and I didn't know anything about gardening, and I started to follow this Trag Biljke community, and now we have their full support, and they provide us knowledge. And that is also very important in this topic, or this now you can find employees and knowledge not in your city, then from all kind, I don't know, from all sides of the world. And also with because we, as I said, we lack of human resources and also psychological and all this support what we need actually. And in collaboration with Naša Kuća, actually, and JICA from Japan, they will support us with psychological association from Novi Pazar, and they will provide us this support. And it's very important because beneficiaries only in strong and healthy family, they can get to the progress and to feel potential. Also, what we do how we impact the community also, it's we started a collaboration with Retirees Association, and they have a huge space, nice space, and we do seedlings together, and also we take them to our biogarden, and in that way we improve the quality of lives of our seniors and engage them in meaningful work. And also we organize workshops or roundtables and panels on social entrepreneurship, and its importance for vulnerable groups, discussing stigma, discrimination, prejudice. And also through our biogarden, we also practically demonstrate this commitment. What we do else? We had also a lot of challenges. When we just started, in our municipality, we don't have even lists of these families and beneficiaries, because most of them, they never been part of a system. That time they wasn't inclusion, and just they, to be honest, they hide children, and in the village they lock them, and just nobody cared about it. It's scary, but it's true. And in 1.5 years, we found 18 families, and we are struggling with parents also has many prejudices and fears. It's easier for them to keep them safe in house than let them outside, and who knows what's gonna happen. And that's why also we work with families first of all. And also what we do, prejudice have extended into the business sector also, where companies prefer to pay penalties rather than to employ beneficiaries. And we talk with them, and we are trying to do some change. Actually, right now we are in process to employ one beneficiary, what we are proud of. Also, we have an issue in Serbia, for sure in all our countries, that is, how you say, it's, just give me a second. where is bureaucracy, and that is second reason why parents decide to even take to revoke the working ability, and then they cannot actually work. They cannot. They just revoked from that. What else? What we do? Through our work, we enable these individuals to become self-aware, confident, responsible, and members of society. And it's not easy, but we don't give up. And that is only promise what we made to ourselves and to the families. And that is what we do. Questions?
Very much. Does anyone has a question? Dunya? Okay. So if I understood correctly, your overall strategy is to partner with other NGOs in
Yes.
order to combine the human resources and to do your work together.
Yes, it's true, and this is our strategy so far, but also we have like cooperation. We found two marketing agencies to do strategy for us and digital channels and everything, and we are in process. They does site for us and Instagram and etc. Because as you said, it's no way for one person to take care of all these segments, and it's not a goal. Also, even if it's possible, this is not the goal. It's a goal to just all community get involved, and also even if it's these marketing agencies, they are not from Nova Varoš, they are from Belgrade, but still they get involved. But you
Are they expensive?
no, they work for free.
For free?
Yeah,
Okay,
for
because
free.
I wanted to offer you, center is doing for free all these marketing activities, but however,
Yeah.
you are saved with free work.
Yes, and through projects we got funds for this what you have to pay. It's like commercials and everything. We got these funds, but actually I'm so excited about your story, and for me it's amazing. And you opened my mind to write to our colleges and to see maybe they would like to improve our work, and thank you for that. I just didn't think that way so far, and thank you so much for that. Yeah, I see.
About the Czech Republic, is there a partnership between social enterprises and regular companies? Do they do work for free, and are you happy with their services?
I never really have direct experience with providing some services. I don't know if they work for free. But they are supporting a lot of projects because there is this corporative responsibility. And for example, one thing which I know they did, and honestly, I don't know if it's for free or they have to take some percentage from the sale. They understood that what is really struggling for many social enterprises, which are small and have some product, and the product can be the bee, it can be like anything what you produce is the marketing and sell. So they created online platform with all the products from different social enterprises. It's a really good platform, and now you can go and you can buy very quickly from 5 different enterprises, from small ones like social ones, which is also very important because it works now, from all around the Czech Republic, and the small social enterprises never have this possibility. All of them like online shops and everything. So I know one example that they kind of one marketing agency created this platform, they are running it, but I don't know how long it was for free or if they have now they take some percentage from the sale. Nevertheless, I know that it's really a lot of social enterprises there. And also what they did, we have one very famous Czech influencer, so she's influencer, and she's known for social cause. And now she kind of put her capital in this platform. She kind of buys some percentage. And I think that's also maybe what is the next step also in the Western Balkan, is that the people which are a bit famous or they play some role, they also understand that if they really want, that they can play also this role. because she now promotes the platform and even more people know about it, and indirectly they are starting to sell. This like to buy this product. So that was one example, and another. It is a normal company which provides marketing courses for females. And it's normal business, you buy the course. And during this course, like series of lectures on business plan, advertisement, everything. And what they do is, during this 6 months course, you get one business or social business, and you are kind of preparing for this business, new business plan, marketing strategy, even like Instagram strategy, TikTok strategy. And now know that they can, all these businesses and social businesses can enter it for free or for very minimum payment. And for 6 months, you kind of meet all these people involved in these courses which have a level of experience, are also professionals. And at the end, you, for example, receive like plan for 1 year for a digital campaign, for your business plan. So that's another thing why they do, and they really do it almost for free. I think the entry is maybe like €100, which you need to pay. But I think it's more in order that you really stay involved in it for all the time. So 2 practical examples from Czech.
Thank you very much. Yeah, there is a question from the public.
Can you hear me? Yeah. I'm not having a question. I wasn't gonna take a word, but I want to add a comment. First, I strongly agree with Ilona that there needs to be social media campaign to raise the awareness of the social entrepreneurs, and I'm doing my best. I wanted to tell 3 examples, adding to what the professor said. A couple of weeks ago, I was on my Facebook page, and I'm seeing a page new, actually, Retonadesh. And suddenly there is one turquoise antique piece of furniture that I'm in love with, and I suddenly write, I want this, and they give me the price, and I just say, please send it to me. So they call me. They're still not very into the online selling. They were in Kosovo at that point, and they are giving me the story on the phone. So you should know, we saw that you are from Bitola, and we just want to let you know that this is a social enterprise. And I'm like, oh, I love this, okay? And this is from a girl from Bitola. It was made from her. It's a piece of furniture that is worth €45, but it's actually, in my opinion, worth more. And she was in the healing process of recovery from drugs and alcohol. She was an addict, and now I'm in connection with her, and I'm gonna upload her story with very great social media campaign. So I want to make Retonadesh to be visible. So this kind of social enterprises need visibility with storytelling, and connecting the people that are behind that with the people that should be aware of these things going on. On the other side, we have Ulavste, that you mentioned as well, and it's in Bitola, and they had a great, amazing social campaign. And they're full every time. Even the people, the locals in Bitola, started learning their language, their sign language, and they got into a theater play with Ato, and they have a whole new community, type of community, actually supporting them. But it was, again, the great social media impact. And the third one, in Vivo, I'm in contact with them, and what kind of change they did with the biohumus and their story of the resocialization of the prisoners. And we have great examples around, but we are just not aware. So I believe that there should be a way of social media campaign given to the community that doesn't know about this kind of community of social enterprises. So you're visible, your students are doing a great job, you can let them know, and we as a community, we are doing the other type of work to give proper attention to the products.
In my mind, I'll take your offer now. Thank you so much. Thank you for this.
Yes, you get it. Our intention with these hackathons and creating marketing strategies, campaigns for social businesses is not only to create some creative solutions and to there. Our students work with these social enterprises in order to train them how to use social media, how to post interesting, engaging posts, and so on. Yes, there is still a lot of space to work and to improve. They need to improve their social media skills. We reached to some stage of advancement of their capabilities, but they can go even further with if they excel their skills and create more storytelling, more engaging campaigns every day, or maybe twice weekly, 2 times weekly, and so on. So my point is that it's not just to create an idea, it's very important to implement that idea and to bring results, to increase the sales, to increase the other financial performance, visibility before that, and so on.
Thank you very much. I believe that the discussion was very interesting, both for the speakers and the public.
Can
And
I add something?
yes,
Say a huge thank you to Petar from ProCredit Bank, your Sparkasse Bank, sorry, you're still there. All these hackathons were financially supported by Sparkasse Bank. So the winning teams, they won a prize in amount of 500 euros for the winning teams. And also they supported us in some organizational activities, so we need financial resources to realize all these activities. Again, thank you very much for your support, because I missed to mention this when I explained all these hackathons. Yes. Thank you.
For me, with these hackathons, these sessions, the winning team, one of the winning teams, they said we don't want this prize money for ourselves. We will use the money in order to implement the marketing plan that they did for the social enterprise. So for me, this was a full circle of this social economy, so it was really beautiful, and thank you for that.
To realize these types of projects.
thank you, Peter, for joining the discussion. And I believe it was a long day, and you are all eager to enjoy the water that has finally arrived. So again, thank you for the speakers, for the discussion, and have a nice evening.
Just before we go, I have two logistical announcements. So at 8 o'clock we are waiting in the reception, and we will go together to the restaurant. If someone wants to go earlier, The name of the restaurant is Kares. It's basically in the city center. You will definitely find it. But if everyone else wants to come with us, at 8 o'clock I will be waiting in the reception. We will go together to the restaurant. And yeah, until until yes, everyone will take a shower. And one more question regarding like, is everyone eating cheese here? Like, it will be vegetarian, like for everyone? Is there someone that doesn't eat cheese, that is vegan? There is one there? Okay. Okay, thank you very much. So see you at 8. Tomorrow we're beginning at 9:30. And thank you once again for amazing discussions, for your presence during the day.